Hey, what's up guys? It's Yeti here. Today we will be talking about probably my favorite gear set in Division 2 right now. So after you guys know Gear 2.0 is out and a lot of changes came with that. So a lot of the old gear sets are just not as good right now. Some of them are even broken. I believe Hardwired is one of them. But Striker seems to be working kinda okay. Well, it's not fully working. I'll explain what about Striker is broken after we get on the gun range, but first I want to give a little bit of an overview, and I want to tell you guys what kind of perks to run with this gear to get that juicy damage and get those stacks. So first of all, let's read about Striker's Battlegear. When you get two pieces, you get weapon handling, then you get fire rate, so that's already basically raw DPS increase. Weapon hints amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. One stack is lost each second, and 3 stacks are lost every shot you miss. So basically, the way this set works is you want to keep shooting people. You want to have, I guess, a fast shooting weapon, or at least very good stability to be able to land those shots consecutively and not miss. Overall, when I first saw this, I was like kind of skeptical about it. But then as I was like reading into it more, and when I finally obtained it, I will also tell you how you can obtain it. Everyone can actually get this set very easily. That's probably the first thing we should look into. Press escape, we go to seasons. As you can see, I'm season level 19. You don't have to be such high season level, okay? I've been playing a little bit too much. I was staying quarantined due to, you know, that virus that's going around right now. But yeah, so on level 1, you get the backpack, then you get the mask, then you get the knee pads on level 3, glory days on level 4. That's also very good. You get the Negev on level 5. You basically get the whole Striker set I'm using right now with the season pass. At level 8, you already get all the pieces. So let me explain to you why I've picked all these weapons, even why I picked glory days and Negev, and why I'm using Striker, and what kind of pieces you should probably pair it with. So I'm using the backpack, which you have to be using. If you're trying to do the same build as me, you pretty much have to be running the backpack. Because the backpack gives you a bonus perk called Risk Management, and this decreases the stacks lost on missed shots from Striker's Gamble from 3 to 2. So Striker's Gamble, these are the stacks that amplify the damage. So now every time you miss, you only lose 2 stacks, which is really good. It's less punishing when you miss, because you will miss. You are shooting enemies that are in cover, you're shooting enemies that are moving around, and of course you will miss those shots. You still want to be landing them, but you will miss them. And then the chest piece, this one gives you max stacks increase from 50 to 100. So 100 times 0.5, there we go. That's the maximum damage you can get now. It's 50% increased damage when you're fully stacked out. That is obviously hard to keep up, but it's doable. I've done it before, especially on bosses, especially on those big guys with the hazmat suits. And then for the 2 pieces, I'm still not fully sure if there's one universal piece I would recommend you guys. As you can see here, I'm running a Fenris mask with pretty bad rolls. However, I was like, okay, assault rifle damage, that's good. Reload speed is probably even better for this build, because you are shooting so much. You're trying to get those stacks, and you want to have as little downtime as possible. I have the whole Striker set ready, you know, to swap it out and try different stuff. But for now, I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's try full Striker 4-piece with what you need to have, by the way. You need to have the 4-piece Striker for it to be even viable. And then I'm using 2 pieces of Fenris just because AR damage and reload speed. I think it's a pretty good build, and it's been doing pretty well. I'm currently playing mostly on hard because I don't think challenging is worth it. If you guys are playing the game right now, today is March 13th, and if they haven't nerfed challenging yet, it's probably not worth playing. Just gonna put that out there. I'm getting god rolls on hard. The game is pretty easy to play. The guys melt pretty hard, but yeah. I heard that challenging right now is absolutely fucking abysmal. So let's move on to the weapons. So I'm using Glory Days. That is a named AR. That's an aimed M416. I think it's called like P416 in this game, but it's basically like an M4 variant of some sort. I'm used, the perfect nearsighted is a guaranteed roll. This is a named rifle. By the way, named guns, they have guaranteed talents, but they don't have guaranteed attributes. These are still RNG. These can still be either max or bad rolls. What I did is I just, slapped that max roll damage on it. I'm going to be farming it later on. So you get a guaranteed glory days for reaching, I think it was level like 6 on the season. But you will also get a massive amount of these when you're farming guaranteed loot AR, right? So whenever you're doing like a mission or an area that gives you ARs, you'll be getting glory days. You'll get a lot of them. Also, I think the clan vendor has one right now, which has, I guess, okay rolls. So you can also check that out. But I was like, all right, I'm just going to be farming for a god roll. For the attachments, this is completely personal preference and also how your stats are. Right now, I have a big problem with crit. I have barely any crit. I think I'm sitting on like 10%. And I'm using this to get 5 more. Obviously, that's really bad. I should be re-rolling some secondary stats and get some crit. Crit is like really good to have. But yeah, I'm using a laser pointer for right now. I'm using an ACOG scope for optimal range because nearsighted reduces your range by a fuck ton, but it gives you that stability. And then I'm using more optimal range on the vent break. Then also 10 rounds mag, probably the best attachment for this specific slot. And cam obviously doesn't matter. And then we have the Negev, our second weapon. This is a little bit harder to say whether or not god rolls or like whether or not this is the best weapon in this slot. But I think Frenzy is one of the best talents you can have on a Negev. So if you guys get lucky like I did, and this is not even like a god roll, and this is an insane gun for this build. This gives you such a high rate of fire. You empty your mag into them so fast, you get 100 stacks. Bam, easy clap. It's really comfortable to play with this. I still use the AR more because of the reload speed. But the Negev is just like so good to stack. It's so good to use it on big guys. Whenever there's like a named mob or something like that, I pull this out, I get those stacks, I go back to AR and I start just damaging them hard. It's a really good weapon. So I would recommend you guys for primary, use some sort of AR, whether it's Glory Days or a Police M4 or a named FAMAS maybe, or just a normal FAMAS. It really doesn't matter as long as you have something that is making consistent DPS and it doesn't have such high reload speed. If you're going for ARs, then you have to run Fenris anyways, so you have 10% bonus reload speed, and then ARs don't have such a massive reload speed anyways, or such a massive reload time. It's 2 seconds. Negev is 4 seconds. So yeah, that's what I'm running. And for secondary, for your Negev replacement, I think there's an exotic LMG right now. I forgot the name, but a lot of people are running that when they're running this specific build that I'm using. So you can also, you can also use that, I guess, the named LMG, the exotic LMG, whatever you want to use. So now let's move on to the most important part about this video. Why is this build actually broken? Oh man, this actually triggered me. So I was using this build all day yesterday, right? I was doing a lot of missions with it. I was doing a lot of open world stuff, and I was like, why are my stacks going down when I'm hitting people, right? So let's test it here. Okay, that's obviously he's a little bit too weak. Let's put him on named, okay? Let's set him on named, and we're gonna be shooting him. And you guys are gonna see how my stacks are actually going down when they should be going up. You see? My entire clip, my first half of the clip did not give me the stacks, even though it was clearly hitting him. Okay, let's empty. Okay, so we lower that because we want to get rid of the stacks, and let's do it again. What? Can you see them going up and down? Something is literally broken with the code of this build, or with this set, and it is not allowing you to get your stacks. You will be doing damage with your shots. They will be registering. They will be showing up. You will be getting the damage numbers. But for some fucking reason, you will not get the stack. So that's just like the weirdest thing about this set for me personally, is like something is broken, like literally in the code. It's still a good set though. I still love using it. I can still, let's go back to shooting range. Okay, I'm going to use the LMG. You still, once you kind of get it started, you will eventually get your stacks. But it's like really difficult to like start, in my opinion. Let's change this again. These are just too weak right now. Let's go back to named, and we're gonna use the LMG, and we're gonna empty our mag into him. And I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, let's go to 5 meters. Okay, and then yeah. So as you can see, once you get it started, you do end up actually getting a lot of stacks. So it's like, I don't know, it might be something might be broken with the actual like starting. Like the first few stacks maybe go away. I don't understand. I'm not a programmer or a game designer, but as you can see, something is like wrong with the actual set. I think once this gets fixed, I can see a lot of people running this set. I can see a lot of people just taking this for, you know, their primary solo or even playing with a group set. To me, as I said, it's like my favorite set, and I really hope that the devs fix it somehow. And yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much. If you guys have any suggestions for my build, leave it in the comment section below. If there's any information that I gave you guys in the video and that is wrong, also please let me know in the section below. I'm going to make sure to pin your comment. I'm still trying to get used to the changes of Gear 2.0 and Warlords, so there obviously is going to be things that I said are wrong. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Yeti. I stream pretty much every single day starting 3 p.m. Central European Time. And that's it, guys. Peace out. Have a good day, and later, boys.